Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato.
And I've pretty much learned how to battle already. Yada yada. Welcome to a Mindbreakers.
And I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but welcome again to
Take
Mindbreakers.
a guess. Take a wild guess.
Let me guess. JoJo.
There you go. The show that breaks your head in with a bat while we play. Well, we don't play video games, actually. We're going to be watching movies this time.
We got another Geo movie, sadly.
Yep. And it involves dragons.
Age of the Dragons.
Yes, it is the time of the
The
dragons.
ultimate hunters versus the ultimate prey.
I hit it with a fucking bat! I hit the dragon with a bat. What do you mean it's not dead?
It has Danny Glover and Vinnie Jones. I personally think it should have had the Ultimate Warrior in it.
Yeah, and not the Danny Glover you guys are thinking of course. It's the older Danny Glover.
So the one who was briefly War Machine?
No,
the one who fought the Predator.
Yeah, I think so.
In one of the bad Predator movies.
Yeah, it's the Predator Danny Glover. But this one I just picked up. Thought it looked cool because we talk about sword and sorcery movies a lot. And this one looks like it has some sorcery. It definitely is high fantasy.
That is not a good way to start your description.
Go for it.
Loosely based on the classic novel Moby Dick.
Really?
By Herman...
Moby Dick!
Yeah.
God damn.
By Herman Melville.
It says Moby Dick.
Age of the Dragons is set in a mythical world where dragons are hunted and processed for fuel?
Wow! So they're dinosaurs.
Yeah, basically. As Captain Ahab, Danny Glover...
Yes!
And his crew scour the medieval realm for the precious bounty. It's medieval times. What do they need fuel for?
What, you can't just get the fucking gases that the dragons produce in their bellies?
It becomes clear that his personal mission is one of dark vengeance. A quest that threatens his relationship with his daughter Rachel, Sophia Pernas, and his own sanity.
Wow. This sounds like it's gonna be a bad time. But it's also gonna be fun.
Because this sounds unbelievably stupid.
A horrible fucking, remake of Moby Dick. With dragons.
I mean...
Isn't that just Rain of Fire? Didn't they learn their lesson from Rain of Fire?
No, because Rain of Fire was good. It had Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale back when Matthew McConaughey was worth the fuck.
Shit. It wasn't amazing. It could have been amazing. It was alright.
Rain of Fire was interesting for being the Zombocalypse, but with dragons instead of zombies. It was at least...
Kinda.
It was new. It was original.
And at the very least, to quote Wooly, they thought about how dragons breathe fire more than not at all.
This is the thing. With Rain of Fire, it was original.
Mm-hmm.
Being based on Moby Dick is about as unoriginal as you could fucking get.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're basing it on Alice in Wonderland.
Well, they didn't go that far, hopefully.
It didn't go Resident Evil, Wes Anderson. Can you
I'm
imagine?
going to figure out exactly how far they go, though, with this.
I just made myself sad. Can you have imagined Wes Craven's Resident Evil movies?
They were okay, but I'd rather have seen the George Romero ones.
Well, I'm just saying, not Wes Anderson, who did make the trashy god. Fuck Alice, she's not even a character.
Yeah, but I'd rather the George Romero ones.
But how Wes Craven would have done them.
Yeah, it would have been interesting. But then again, I constantly think about him with more high fantasy kind of, like fantasy, sci-fi, weird spiritual stuff.
Now I'm a high fantasy.
He should have done a high fantasy thing. He really should have.
You just put an image of... Okay, it's funny you say high fantasy, and I imagine Conan and Freddy. Now that they're releasing those weird Thundercats toys of slasher villain.
Yeah, what if they're just magical girls? What if they were just magical girls? Jason and Freddy as magical girls. That'd be beautiful. That's a fucking anime I want to watch. Give Freddy some ugu eyes. That'll level the playing field a little.
Killing teens by moonlight.
Lord. Let's see how this shit show goes.
I'm not looking forward to this. Can't you just watch Freddy, Jason, magical girls instead?
No, we're gonna rock the dragon. Dragon. Age of the Dragons.
I was young. It was before the dragons had retreated into the forest and the lakes. When you first throw at a dragon, lads, you're standing there. The weight of your harpoon feels like 100 acres. Your legs are shaking in their boots. Try and breathe, you feel like your lungs are gonna explode.
I've heard this is the place to sign on to hunt dragons, to share in the sale of their harvest feature. We've come to sign on with Ahab. You ever fought this white dragon Ahab spent his life hunting?
The beast is real, lad. The world is lit by dragon oil. It's a deadly dangerous business.
I have studied the migration of dragons my entire life, and we are close.
Was it not the white dragon that burnt you?
You know too well it was that accursed beast, and I will chase him across every mountain and through hell's flame till we strike it and it spews black blood.
You owe me your best shot, you bastard!
Are you with me or against me? For one more hunt, so that I can kill the white dragon. Think not to swerve me. What I dared, I've willed. And what I have willed, I will do. I will not be deviated from my purpose.
Then I will stop you.
There is only one God and only one captain on this vessel.
There are plenty of hunters, but not many game enough for dragons.
This movie is just pointless. It's not even fun in like a bad sort of way, which I was expecting like a little bit of a chuckle. Nothing. This movie got a couple of little like lighthearted rumps out of me, but
Mainly
it was
we're
crap.
just at how stupid it is.
It's so bad. Like the dragon looks terrible. Like okay, it
Several
doesn't look
dragons.
just completely terrible. Like it looks bad, but
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, Dragonheart 2
Dragonheart was better.
Well, I'm saying Dragonheart 2's dragon does technically look worse,
Yeah.
but then
And the
again...
blood monkey looks
But this is the
worse
thing.
than this
Dragonheart 2's dragon has
Yeah.
the excuse of being made in the 90s.
one. Right.
This was 2010.
This has two good actors
Let's
in
just
it,
say, this is post...
and then one so-so actor.
Yeah.
No, two good actors and two so-so actors.
And then...
Queequeg was fine.
And then a bunch of stagehands.
Yeah. And then a bunch
Production
of
assistants.
Yeah, and then a bunch of people that shouldn't have been there.
They had no business being there.
It starts out with like a fucking like rip-off of the Dragon's Dogma music.
Yep.
And like it's not even the good like fucking the Dragon's Dogma music that turns into like J-Rock.
But I will say...
Doesn't even turn into that. It's just the shitty like like
we
opera
can't.
music.
We cannot go through this movie's entire plot because it's just Moby Dick. It's just fucking Moby Dick.
It devolves into like its own stupidity near the end.
Yeah, we'll talk about its own stupidity, but for most of it, it's just Moby Dick with dragons in the medieval time.
First 50% of it is just Moby Dick.
It's basically a look. If he was Skyrim out in 2010?
Was it?
I think it was.
Check it out. I think it came out like 2013 or something. 2014. Like, I think it came out like a little after.
Skyrim. 2011.
Yeah.
Look, you should
Came
have
out a year
waited a
later.
few years And instead of making this a movie, just make it a Skyrim mod.
Oh, because there's like so many things in this that were just like Skyrim landscapes.
Yeah, because it's snowy mountains. It just looked like Skyrim.
But it has such a bad, like... there's no magic. There's no swords.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like, I was like, sword and sorcery.
It has
There's
neither. No swords.
There's no magic.
There are
There's
harpoons.
just exploding dragon bile. And fucking harpoons.
I was right, by the way.
men.
I was right by the dragon stuff. It never comes up again. It never explodes again.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you got that point.
It was a Chekhov's. It was Chekhov's dragon bile. Vitriol.
Chekhov's exploding.
I will say the dragon stuff had a very, very good name.
Yeah.
Vitriol.
Yeah, vitriol.
Which is what this movie made me.
It's not Vitria. It's not viscera.
That's vitriol.
It's vitriol.
Vitriol is essentially is angry juice.
Yeah, it's
and
dragon,
this movie made me have a lot of angry juice.
It is dragon goop.
This movie made me have a lot of angry
Why
juice.
they harvest it though? I don't fucking know.
Because they don't have anything that seems to require. Because
the war economy.
That's
the only explanation I can assume.
The thing. If this movie were steampunk, it would make sense to me. Because, okay, we have a reason to have fuel.
Yeah, and
they're
living around.
Fucking
huts. Around in a fucking land ship. Okay, make it steampunk. Like, you can. It's
a land
right
ship
there.
that I'm still convinced is just pushed by Captain Ahab. Oh, apparently Captain Ahab had a sister who was murdered by a dragon.
Yeah, it starts off with, like, just literally these two black kids getting... Like, chased out. Like, they're just harvesting for stuff, and then a dragon flies over.
And by the way...
Kills one of them.
We must point out that young Danny Glover looks nothing like young Danny Glover.
Well,
We've seen young Danny Glover.
They got who they could to play the character, and...
They should have just not had the character or the movie or any of it.
He's on Miles Morales.
He does look like Miles Morales, though that was...
So they're literally just setting traps, trying to hunt for food, scavenging stuff.
Rabbits, I think, given the snares.
Rabbit season. So
Duck season!
They end up, like... He watches his sister get killed, or, like, his sister just ends up getting just...
And then...
murked by this dragon.
And
then he like, it shows him just literally drawing his knife,
yeah,
running at the dragon and trying to slash at it, even though he doesn't even, like, get close to touching this dragon.
But he gets crispy. Well, because he has a tiny little dagger.
Yeah, and then he just falls back and he gets burned.
Yeah,
and then
he becomes a crispy critter.
The movie proper.
And we will not see Ishmael, we will not see Ahab again for about an hour. Well, okay,
no, a bit less.
Half an hour.
25 minutes, something like that.
Half an hour.
Yeah.
Until he comes back.
So then we get, like, just literally Ishmael right away, like, right off the fucking bat in this tavern. And he's next to his friend Queequeg, and they're getting hassled by a bunch of guys, like, trying to, like, figure out how to join up with a bunch of dragon hunting dudes.
Because they want to be whalers on the moon.
With harpoons, and carry harpoons.
Yeah.
And
well, they all already have harpoons.
Sing whaling tunes.
Then they throw harpoons at a painting.
Yeah, they have like a little contest.
And an old guy basically is like, "Oh, you're doomed."
Yeah, he's Billy the Bullet Dodger from Snatch.
Is he?
Yeah.
Vinny, right?
Yeah, and his name is
Vinny
Stubbs
Jones.
in this.
Yeah,
like they call him Stubb.
He's the only likable character in this entire film.
Well, aside from Danny Glover.
No, Ahab is not likable.
Ahab's fine.
Okay, he plays his role well,
yeah.
But Ahab is in no way likable.
Oh, of course, he's not supposed to be. You know, he's a fucking crazy-ass, like, ripped-up dude, bro. Like, he doesn't, like, he's been screwed to shit by this dragon who fucked his life up, you know? And he just swears vengeance. He's fucking crazy.
He's a fucking... He will get... Apparently swearing vengeance against a dragon is blasphemy.
Well, no, it's just you need to defy the gods. It's like when they're like, they'll say, it's like, oh, you want to hunt down dragons? You must be a heathen. You must defy the gods.
Well, no,
because like they're fighting god level threats. Like a dragon is a fucking
not what he was saying.
Thing.
What they were saying is, like, yeah, we're gonna hunt the dragons. It's our job, but dragons aren't smart enough to kill you intentionally. They're fucking dragons. So why are we?
They will though. They will fucking kill you. Like, it's not like they won't. It's literally just them going like, you must have balls of steel if you want to go after these dragons. It's like, let's have a competition. So they have like a harpoon throwing contest, Stubbs versus Ishmael. Right off the bat, though, he calls himself Ishmael.
Ishmael.
He's like, yeah,
make him sound like a fucking Legacy of Kain character, dude.
It's Ishmael. Whatever.
Ishmael is not his name. Ishmael is his name.
Ishmael.
Ishmael sounds like a fucking angel.
Is he a meal-ish?
No.
He's kind of a meal. So they end up like throwing harpoons at this painting, and Ishmael does better.
And the other one, Flask, is really angry.
Flask is just a dick.
We also meet a hot chick, I guess.
Yeah, she comes into the tavern during the little contest, and then she ends up like screaming like, "Okay, that's enough!" Like when it escalates to knives.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, we're gonna get the fuck out of here now. So she tries to bring Ishmael to the ship, and they get stopped by the Dark Brotherhood.
And by the way, the guy who leads the Dark Brotherhood
never
shows up.
Never comes back.
I mean, he's dressed a little like we see Ahab dressed, but the voice is different.
It's a different guy.
So it's just, this has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. Rachel gets into a little fight with them.
They're angry because they're angry because she didn't think they were good enough to sail with them.
Yeah. And she ends up getting into a back alley brawl with them.
Yep.
And she kicks their fucking asses, and fucking the Dark Brotherhood guy just leaves.
And what relevance does any of this have to
He might as well just be a broom with a fucking hood over his head.
I suspected that it was the dragon using a puppet on his tail.
Yeah.
To trick
you
Ahab.
see nothing. You see just darkness. Like, you see the void in his hood.
Well, I jokingly suspected this.
It's like the mouth of fucking Cream.
Yeah.
Like, Vanilla Ice is like inside of his hood.
The mouth of Cream?
Yeah, it's a stand in JoJo. Basically, what Cream is like he's a stand that just has darkness in his mouth, and he can eat himself so that he disappears into another dimension, basically.
That's a stupid power.
Yeah, but the cool thing about it is Vanilla Ice, the user of this stand, can go inside of his stand's mouth and just disappear.
There's nothing cool about Vanilla Ice.
It's a pretty cool stand. But, like, the only thing about it is he can't see when he's inside his stand.
Okay.
So he just floats around, and every now and again he needs to pop out of his stand's mouth so he can actually look around and see what's going on.
I wish I had that stand so I could not see this movie.
It's basically like a fucking head foreskin. You just, like, curl your own head into your bullshit, and it doesn't exist
And
anymore.
then we proceed to basically... They're trying to do character building with all the characters... But you don't care about any of the characters.
Yeah. Like, Danny's just not even the one, like, narrating any of this. It's all Ishmael.
Though, we do eventually meet Danny.
He's just going down the line.
We do meet Captain Ahab.
Yeah, at some point.
And it's interesting that half the time...
Yeah.
He's in his full, like, gloves, shirt, vest, robe, everything, with a mask and a hood so you can't see his face and he's not talking.
Mm-hmm. It might as well not even be him.
Like, plot-wise, it's, I guess he just doesn't want to show off his Bernie face.
Yeah, it's probably not even him, for real.
But it's definitely done so they don't have to pay Danny Glover that much money. So
80% of this movie is him in his trailer. Like,
I'm pretty sure that they didn't even give him a trailer. That his character's office that you see him in occasionally, that is legit what he had as a trailer.
Yeah.
Which is why he seems very angry whenever anyone comes in.
What are we doing? Are we filming? I don't give a shit. I'm screaming.
Danny, we're filming a scene now. Fuck out, I'm on break.
Whenever he's screaming about the dragons, just substitute the dragon for his agent, and that's the argument. Like, that's the plot right there.
I will get my agent for destroying my life.
Yes. So like, he just, like, Ishmael just goes down the line, just, like, saying what everybody on the ship does. We got Flask, who's the bio specialist.
Because it's revealed he's too much of a pussy to face dragons.
Yeah. We got Stubb, who's basically, like, the main Harpoon guy.
It doesn't matter who Stubbs is.
Yeah.
Because Stubbs dies almost immediately.
Really fast. Like, right after this, basically.
I think Stubbs dies...
He has 2 good moments, and then he dies.
Stubbs dies, I think, before they introduce Ahab.
No.
Doesn't he?
I think they get him. Yeah, I think that he gets. I think he gets. Yeah. Ahab gets introduced, and then Stubb dies after.
Oh, okay, that's better than I thought, because I thought it was Stubbs dies immediately.
We got
this movie can't have two good characters. Kill one of them now.
Yeah. We got a dude bro named Starbuck.
Yeah,
who's basically right hand to the captain.
Yeah,
he's not as much of an ass munch as Flask is, because Flask is just a fucking puppy dog. He's basically just fucking Danny Glover's lapdog. And he's just doing everything for him. He grabs his harpoon back for him. He literally tries to enforce the rules. He hates the fuck out of Ishmael because he's the new guy.
And because
he bitches.
Inexplicably, what's her name likes him. Oh, Rachel is a character. The OC they added to this. Whose father was her father was love interest. Her father was apparently murdered by the White Dragon, and Ahab adopted her. We were very confused at first because this is Ahab's daughter. I'm like,
and her mom died before she was when she was born. It's just she's got the standard she's pro tag background.
She's an OC, and she's not interesting in the slightest.
Kind of little they could have done worse, I guess. She's kind of the captain and the head of the ship and kind of a hard ass. But her
she
acting
has no personality.
Yeah, but her acting isn't at fault because look what she's in.
True.
It's a no fault of her own.
But Vinnie Jones turns in a good performance.
Yeah, but he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in fucking Snatch for
Then you admit she's a bad actor.
No, he's just she's getting overwhelmed, I feel, by everybody else, you know? She's getting completely overshadowed.
So she's Orlando Bloom in Lord of the Rings?
Worse.
Okay.
That's basically everybody on this ship. Queequeg is just kind of a monk.
He's not tattooed like he's supposed to be.
Well, he's still doing monk stuff like meditation.
There's no goddamn reason they couldn't find an actor with tattoos. They could have gotten Zombie Boy before he died. I don't care.
No.
They could have gotten The Rock.
Nah.
This movie should have had The Rock.
No.
Why not?
Because it's not worth it.
It would have been worth it if The Rock was there.
Yeah. It explains the blue fuel that goes boom.
Well, it doesn't explain it. It just has the blue fuel that goes boom.
Yeah. They're just this is the stuff from the dragons. Whips it across a field. Boom. Explodes. It's okay, we'll never get back to that
again. This stuff is very important and we're trying to sell it. Boom.
Yeah. I was expecting the whole fucking ship to just go up by the end.
I was expecting them to use it for something. They don't.
Yeah.
And they just peter around as various people die, most of them killed by Ahab until they get attacked by bandits.
Ahab tells everybody to drink up. The next day they end up finding a dragon.
They kill the dragon. It's not very exciting.
Ishmael ends up missing...
He doesn't miss...
He hits the wing?
He hits the wing, but it takes too long to take the shot.
Yeah.
Which is why Vinny is crispy crittered.
He's standing at the top of the ship screaming give me your best shot! He goes out like a G.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he's awesome.
I'm sorry we're still harping on Vinnie Jones, but
he's the coolest character.
He's the only good character.
He's the coolest. So when Vinny actually dies, when Stubbs actually ends up getting killed, they go up to his body.
And
he's
the movie's technically over by this point.
They take the blood from him and they put it on their foreheads and they go, Simba. I will not scatter your bodies into the heartless
Queequeg
sea.
just takes the blood, goes up to him and is across his forehead.
Yeah. But not even Metal Gear was as heavy-handed with its fucking it's Moby Dick references. Not even that. Because we at least had to wait 30 minutes before we got You Can Call Me Ishmael in Metal Gear 5. And even then, where's Pequod? Where? They never named the ship anything.
Nope.
It's just a roving fucking wood ship. That rides around on land. It's complete bullshit.
It should have at least been an airship.
Yeah. So they start cutting up the dragon that they killed.
Yeah, they get attacked by bandits at some point.
They find an egg.
But they don't even say it's an egg. They just take it out of the dragon.
Yeah, they just rip it out. It's a fucking emergency C-section.
Yep.
It's a post-mortem C-section. rip out the egg. It's all covered in goop. And they throw it in a box and it's done. Never brought up ever again.
The movie's good at never bringing stuff up again.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, the ending kind of brings up the beginning, but we'll get to that. So they have the burial for him. They're like he loved life, or at least he liked laughing at it.
Basically, fuck all happens for most of the movie.
Yep. Right after the burial, like the movie might as well be fucking over.
Ishmael gets kicked off the ship.
No, not right away. That's afterwards.
We're skipping ahead because fuck all happens, Gio.
Flask is jealous of the whole.
Yeah, he's
love
jealous.
Thingy. We get Rachel's backstory about her mom,
and find out she's adopted. Yes.
Then the savage Queequeg ends up like quelling the beef between Flask and Ish.
Yeah.
And then we get a fucking Ahab showing off his burnt 6-pack.
Yeah.
Screaming about fucking revenge. Then they kill a bunch of dragons in their fucking sleep.
Yeah, which
like you want to just like make these characters way less like relatable and like just give us all the reason in the world to hate them? Let's show them just killing defenseless dragons. Like, as if the dragons
I know it
fucking,
technically makes sense to do that, but it's still kind of
this is
not fair.
It's so not fair. They're going around stabbing defenseless fucking sleeping dragons. Like, they might as well just be plugging baby dragons in their cribs. Like, seriously. Like, Noble is the art of spearing a dragon in the sky.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they do. But going around, finding where they sleep, and then stabbing them to death in the dead of night is some evil fucking...
Gio, you gotta be accurate here.
What?
In the dead of day for night.
True.
This whole film is made in an afternoon.
Going around stabbing them is like one of the most fucking unnecessary things. Like, it is just so fucking... Like, you can't forgive that. It's unforgivable, is what that fucking is. Like, these fuckers are just such dill holes.
The crew's angry because they're focusing too much on hunting on fucking this one dragon in particular, and not actually doing their job.
No, their job is to hunt the dragons, and they're dragging it on because they're hunting for one dragon.
This movie drags
on.
This movie drag-ons.
Because they can't find it. This one albino dragon fucker is like the great white whale.
It is
the great
white whale.
And of course it has to be white, because of course it needs to be.
Also, Ahab has a crippled leg when the actor feels like portraying it. But not all the time.
Oh, my aching bones. Every now and again, they're just like Danny Glover, just like a little bit of for real Danny Glover gets in there, and then they're like, "Wait, wasn't your leg a bit crippled?" Oh, yes, my leg, limps around. It was the dragon. It was the dragon's fault.
Captain Ahab murders Starbuck.
Yeah, because Starbuck attempts to stab Ahab.
Yeah, it's like, hey, could we please do our job? We're not here for your vengeance.
I don't remember when exactly Starbuck switched sides that fast, but
because
he's against him.
He'd been with Ahab the longest. It's like, dude, you gotta fucking stop.
Because everyone knows he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He's losing his goddamn mind.
He's lost his goddamn mind. He thinks dragons are capable of choosing who to murder.
He's gibbering fucking mad.
Like Captain Ahab.
Yeah. Ahab stabs him, and he's like, I will not tolerate mutiny!
So immediately...
You were my best friend!
Almost immediately, Ishmael mutinies, and then gets chained behind the ship and has to run along behind it.
Yeah, but before this, Rachel's just kind of stepping up. She's trying to talk some sense into him. Trying to, calm him down. Just
and he always pulls up,
remember
what happened to your father! We must destroy the dragon!
Trump card. Play it.
I would build a wall, and the dragons will pay for it.
But Dad, the dragons can just fly over. Enough of that!
We'll build a wall so high they can't.
Every time you say the dragons can fly over it, the wall gets 10 feet higher.
Who's gonna pay for all this, though? The dragons. How? They have treasure.
So
They're not sending us their best dragons.
So the movie drags on some more with shots of Ishmael getting dragged on behind the ship.
Until bandits attack and he gets back on the good team.
Yeah, he gets brought some food by Rachel and she's like, look, you don't need to be
And
out
then
here
they
and
kiss.
stuff. And he's like, I need to be out here because he's in there.
And then he gets back on after they kill the bandits.
Yeah, Queequeg.
And then
Queequeg tries to stop the bandits?
Yeah, he wakes up with he went into a trance. He just appears, fights them off.
Mm-hmm. Ahab ends up stabbing, throwing a harpoon through one of their backs.
Flask tries to rape Rachel.
Yeah, you want to talk about, how just out of the blue...
He jump cuts into the scene and tries to rape Rachel.
Instant rape mission. It's such a fucking fast cut. Just 1 second she's getting changed, whatever.
And then boom!
Knife to her throat. Knife to her throat.
And then he gets murdered.
Well, no, he doesn't get murdered. He gets his ass kicked by Ishmael. And then thrown off the ship.
And so he runs away.
She's like, fuck this, I don't want him anywhere near us anymore.
But he does run away and get killed by a dragon.
And he's being super fucking creepy. Flask is like, I need this. I need you. He's fucking mutating. She's
that would be something
something
interesting if this were if
she's
you were
fucking
mutated.
Casca.
Mm.
It gets bad.
Everything in this movie is bad, Gio. You
Yeah.
know that.
So he gets his ass kicked. He gets thrown off the ship.
Mm.
Minutes later, we see him fucking getting eaten by by the white dragon.
Yep.
How is it that the ship just steers completely away from this white dragon, but yet anyone that steps foot off the boat ends up catching this white dragon just alone? Is it waiting for people to get off the boat?
It's plotting, Gio. It
It's
knows.
the tiger? It's the fucking tiger in Apocalypse Now.
I thought you were talking about Maneater.
No. No, because the tiger's straight up in Maneater going around the town eating fuckers one by one. But in this, in Apocalypse Now, it waits for you to get off the boat and then you'll see the tiger.
Because a tiger
The tiger's not going to follow you on the boat.
can't get on the boat. It's a tiger, man.
So basically never get off the boat. Absolutely
Goddamn right.
Never get off the land.
Ahab got off the boat.
He got off the boat a long fucking time ago. I guess that's the metaphor of it.
I wish you'd watch Apocalypse Now instead. They eventually do find the White Dragon Cave.
Mm-hmm.
But Rachel finds basically her dad with one of Ahab's harpoons sticking out of his back.
Yeah, I just want to backtrack 2 seconds.
Must you?
Really fast. Just
All
really,
right.
really fast. Ahab gives Queequeg an option. He gives him a fucking he gives him his little he gives him a choice. He's like, look, either you can leave with your friendo there, or you can stay on the ship. Choice is yours. And Queequeg's like, I don't want to stay on the ship. He's like, you're fucking crazy. You've done nothing but irritate all of us, and we're going out on your fucking quest for holy redemption. You know,
the only interesting character died.
Yeah,
do find
the only character that I actually died about 20 minutes ago. So fuck it, who cares?
But yeah, Ahab admits he killed Rachel's father because he was running away, which reminded him of himself because he ran away from the dragon.
Yeah,
but the dragon so crispied him.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the harpoon in his back.
He's gonna throw his harpoon at Ishmael, but Queequeg throws his harpoon. But he throws his harpoon at Ishmael instead, though, at Queequeg instead.
Yeah, because Queequeg just shows up.
I was hoping that Ahab would throw his harpoon at Ishmael, and Queequeg would throw his harpoon at Ahab's harpoon and knock it away. Because that would be something
interesting. Bouncing off of each other, like fucking Dante and Deadpool.
But then Queequeg throws his harpoon at the white dragon who comes out of the roof of the cave.
Yeah.
And because he's a stupid, the rope wraps around his ankle, and when the dragon flies away, it pulls him with it.
Yeah, he pulls a scorpion.
They miss the best.
Get over here.
They miss the best line in all of Moby.
The dragon saying, "Get over here."
No, in all of Moby Dick. Like, this is an actual line in the book. It's also in Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
From hell's heart, I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee.
No, it wasn't worth it, though. It's not worth it.
It's something interesting.
It's not worth it.
Wrath of Khan's a better Moby Dick movie than this. Fucking Pagemaster's a better Moby Dick movie than this.
Moby Dick fanfic's better than this movie.
This is Moby Dick fanfic.
It's not.
It's Moby Fic.
Moby Dick has better fanfictions written out there. And any of those probably could have.
After he flies is flown off into the sky, dangling from the dragon.
The movie's over.
The movie just ends.
Yeah. Before this, they had their big kiss after Flask gets before Flask ends up getting killed because he's a bumble lord.
His name is stupid.
Well, his name is named after just an alcohol containment device that you keep in your pocket.
You know what you should have
named? When you're nervous.
I've been watching the
what?
And I'd much rather keep watching this than watch this. I've been watching the Super Best Friend Silent Hill 3.
Uh-huh.
You know what we should have named Flask?
What?
Ampoule.
Why?
Why not?
But why though?
But why not though?
Jesus. This whole movie is but why though?
This whole movie is try more than not at all.
Oh, you skipped the big part though, which was them recapping the beginning.
Yeah, I said that, but he was a coward, so he got crispy crittered anyway.
Yeah,
because he ran away.
He just fucking ran off.
Yeah, I already talked about that, dude.
That needs a little more explanation because he's still burnt. So he
goes into ran off,
a little crevice,
but the dragon followed him.
Yeah, and he's just well, fuck you, I'm gonna burn you.
Gonna burn you because you're an asshole.
Oh, why are you running? Why are you running?
Blah, 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 blah.
Whoosh.
Do you know the way? Ah! You need to have a bullet to know the way.
Can we get a cut of this movie that's just that?
Know the way of the devil.
Do you know the way?
So basically a Skyrim mod for this movie that turns a dragon into a Ugandan Knuckles.
Can we talk about the bucket? The bucket
just
a really good character too, bro.
Because they spent so much time looking at the bucket.
The bucket gets more screen time than fucking Vinnie Jones does. And Vinnie Jones was the best actor in this. My God,
Danny Glover's a good actor too, but he's not giving it his A game. And
he's just having it up.
I must say, nor should he.
He's chewing up scenery. He's just chewing the.
This movie had no scenery. It just had fucking trees.
The inside of the ship looked okay. It wasn't that bad. It was very close quarters, which is probably the space they had on set.
Mm.
So kind of makes sense, I guess.
This movie was bad and it should feel bad. What do you rate it, Gio?
Good fucking lord. Christ.
I'm tired of giving this my attention.
I give this unexplained fucking dragon eggs. I give this 3 unexplained dragon eggs out of a land ship. That's it.
I'm going to give this 2 harpoons sticking out of the back of whoever made this piece of shit.
I give this dragoners on the moon. They carry harpoons. They hunt all the dragons and they tell tall tales and sing dragon wailing tunes.
But you see, Gio, there's a legend told to this movie.
Oh, really?
Because there is one it fears. In its tongue it is called Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Can you install mods to this to this fucking shitty ass movie?
Yes. Here, Gio, the best mod I can think of, the eject button.
Oh, why not Tiggle Bitty mods? Give some big charred like boobles to all the characters. Give some big charred boobles to Danny Glover.
You
big
say that
boobles to Vinnie Jones.
It's not Vampire the Masquerade, and it's much worse than anything in this movie. But there is a specific cheat for Vampire the Masquerade that lets you increase the size of the woman's breasts to ridiculous game-breaking proportions.
Game-breaking, you say?
If you set it to the max one, a woman's breasts will fill the entire map. I told you it's more interesting than anything in this movie.
Do they breathe fire?
No.
Like the boobs in Austin Powers?
No, they do not. But that's enough of this garbage. Next time, we're going to be starting a series. That's quite a basketful. See you next time.
Bye.